staring. I gotta be pretty close. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about standard form. So far, we've been doing slope-intercept form. Now we're gonna do standard form. Another way to write an equation for a line. Now, a standard form is written in the format ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are just numbers. Okay. So a standard equation looks like that, where a, b, and c are numbers. And a and b, neither one of them are 0. Okay. What we do, we use this for when it's in standard form, and we have another way to graph. Rather than finding the y-intercept and then using the slope, the rise over the run, we have another way to graph. And it's called finding the intercepts. Okay, and we're going to find out where the graph crosses the x-axis and where it crosses the y-axis. Then we can put those on the graph, and then we can connect the dots. All right, so our equation, our first one is 3x plus 4y equals 8. I have instructions on how to do this right here. To find the x-intercept, substitute 0 for y and solve for x. You have to think opposite. You have to think opposite. So I'm trying to find the x-intercept, so I'm going to put 0 in for y. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. We have 3x plus 4y equals 8. So we're going to plug 0 in for y. So we get 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 8. What happens there with that 4 times 0? It's just 0, right? So what am I left with then? 3x equals 8. Now I need to solve for x. How do I get x by itself? Divide by 3. So we get x equals 8 over 3. So that is our x-intercept. Now, to get a better idea and get a handle on what that number is, what is 8 over 3? Like, how would I know where that crosses? I don't know where that is. 8 over 3, where is it? It's not point something. How many times does 3 go into 8?
1,
2,
Twice. How many do we have left over?
2.
2. So you think maybe 2 2/3, approximately?
Yeah.
Yeah? Not approximately, exactly. So x is 2 2/3. Okay? The reason we need to get it into that kind of number is so we can kind of figure out where is that on the graph, because we're actually going to be graphing these. And I can't tell like exactly what is 8/3 when it's written in improper format. So if you get it to mix, you can tell exactly where that is on the number line. Okay? All right, now we do the opposite to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we plug 0 in for, we plug 0 in for x this time. So we do the opposite. So up here we plug 0 in for y. Now we're going to plug 0 in for x. So what we get is we get 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 8. What happens to 3 times 0? 0. So we get 4y equals 8. Divide both sides by 4. And we get y equals 2. So the y-intercept is 2.
Is it always going to be the opposite?
Go to your laptops. Is it always going to be what?
Opposite.
Yeah, you're always going to think opposite. Okay? So that's how we find the intercepts. And we can use this to actually graph the equation. Here, the directions didn't say to graph, so we don't have to graph on example 1. Example 2, we will have to graph. So we're going to follow the same exact steps on example 2, except for we're also going to graph. All right, so our new equation here for example 2 is 2x plus 3y equals 12. We need to find the x and y intercepts. So we'll do the x-intercept here, y-intercept over here. Okay, for the x-intercept, where am I going to plug 0 in? For where the y is. So we get 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 12. 0 cancels out. We get 2x equals 12. So what is our x-intercept? So x-intercept is 6. That means it crosses our x-axis at 6. All right, our y-intercept, we're going to plug 0 in for x this time. So we get 2 times 0 plus 3y equals 12. The 0 term is gone, so we have 3y equals 12. Divide both sides by 3. So we get y is 4. So now we know where the graph crosses the y-axis. So now we're going to put them on our graph. So the x-axis is x equals 6. So on the horizontal axis, where am I going to go? Positive 6. So we're going to put it right here at the coordinate point. What coordinate point is that? 6, 0. Yeah. So our intercept is actually a point called 6, 0. That is it's a coordinate point. Okay? Y equals 4. Where am I going to put that? From the origin on the y-axis, do I go up or down? Up. So we're going to go up to 4, put a point. So this is actually at the coordinate point 0, 4. Does it make sense? Because when I plug 0 in for x, I got 4. So that's why it's coordinate point. So now we can connect it up so we have our line. So this is just an additional way to graph. Any questions so far? Yes, Michaela.
Okay, so if you like plug 2 in for x and y, it wouldn't be on the coordinate.
Yeah, if I plugged in 2 right here for x, it would get a coordinate point somewhere on here.
Okay.
Okay, we would. But we want the intercepts. So. Okay. All right. Horizontal and vertical lines. This is really easy, guys. Really easy. You still have to think opposite. You still have to kind of think opposite. If we have the equation y equals negative 3, okay, it's not in standard form. It's just y equals negative 3. Anytime you have y equals a number, it's a horizontal line on the graph somewhere. Where do you think it is horizontal at? Any ideas? Negative 3? Yeah? It's a good guess.
Very good.
This, kind of makes sense. Y equals negative 3. So what that means is I'm going to go find negative 3 on my y-axis. Go find negative 3 on your y-axis and put a point. And then because it's a y equals a number, you just have to kind of remember it. It's a horizontal line because it's y. So it's a horizontal line through negative 3. So we just draw a horizontal line right through negative 3 on the y-axis. Basically, you go opposite of the axis. You go opposite because this was on the vertical axis, that means you draw a horizontal line. If it had been on the horizontal axis, we draw a vertical line. So you just kind of have to think opposite there too. All right, so the next one then is a vertical line because it's x equals something. Okay, x equals 2. That is a vertical line. So we find 2 on our x-axis. And because it's on the horizontal axis, we actually want to draw a vertical line. And that is the line to that equation. All right, any questions? That's pretty easy, right? Okay.